Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be discussing the case study in Module 3. I'm going to be identifying and discussing the educator's professional and legal duties and responsibilities presented in this video case. So let's begin. Now here's what we know. We know that Mr. Sloan is a retired teacher who works as a supply teacher and a private tutor for the local public school board. Now the problem. Mr. Sloan shows a picture of another teacher, Mr. Tate, as a participant in the Gay Pride Parade. Now, he shows the photograph to the school staff and his tutoring clients. He also makes negative comments that it was unwise for Mr. Tate to have allowed for his picture to be taken, adding that Mr. Tate would not be accepted by the community. So here we see that Mr. Sloan is failing to maintain his professional and legal duties. According to the ethical standards for the teaching profession, members must model respect and respect for spiritual and cultural values. It is the policy of the Ontario Teachers Federation that teachers vigorously oppose any discrimination against any person, and that teachers act to eliminate all forms of discrimination in their workplace. Every person, and specifically members, officers, and employees of the Federation, have a right to equal treatment without discrimination because of their race, creed, color, national origin, political or religious affiliation, sexual orientation, age, marital status, family relationships, and disabilities. The policy of the Ontario Teachers Federation Professional Ethics, Section C, Professional Relationship, is that the members refrain from personal depreciation of other members. It is also the policy of the Ontario Teachers Federation that teachers be cognizant of the rights of other teachers. Now, here we see that Mr. Sloan is unable to maintain the standards set by the Ontario Teachers Federation. Now, on the other hand, we see that Mr. Tate follows his professional and legal duties by approaching Mr. Sloan to discuss the matter, but Mr. Sloan refuses to talk to him. The principal also does her professional and legal duty by speaking to Mr. Sloan and says that his negative behavior and remarks about Mr. Tate's sexual orientation are unacceptable, and that if he has been making them, then he should stop. Now, when the school board begins the investigation, the principal cancels Mr. Sloan's teaching assignment for the duration of the investigation. Now, within a short span of time, the atmosphere of the school has deteriorated. Students are allowed to mock Mr. Tate in math class in front of another teacher who does nothing. Now, here again, according to the ethical standards for teaching profession, the professional beliefs and values that guides the decision-making and professional actions of college members in their professional role and relationship was not followed. Now, when Mr. Tate hears about this report, he reports it to the Federation. He reports it to the Federation, and the school board begins an investigation. Now, under the college, under the mandate set by the Ontario College of Teachers Act, investigates complaints against members of the college. A complaint must relate to alleged professional misconduct, incompetency, or incapacity. Now, when you make a complaint to the college, it must be in writing. The college will notify the member and tell him or her about the complaint and aim for a resolution. Now, if the parties do not agree, then it will lead to a full investigation. The college investigator may contact other individuals for relevant information. Now, I would like to mention here that Mr. Sloan also interfered with the investigation by contacting parents and asking them to refuse to be interviewed. Once again, he is unable to maintain the general duties of a member under the Teachers Profession Act 13. A member shall strive at all times to achieve and maintain the highest degree of professional competence and to uphold the honor, dignity, and ethical standards of the teaching profession. Now, back to the investigation committee. The investigation committee of the college council will meet to consider relevant information collected during the investigation. Now, based on its examination, the committee may dismiss the complaint or refer the matter in a whole or part to the discipline committee for hearing. The discipline committee considers allegations of incompetency and professional misconducts that are referred to it by the investigation committee. Now, if the panel finds that the members are guilty of professional misconduct or incompetency, it may do one or more of the following: direct the registrar to revoke the member's certificate, suspend the certificate, impose a fine, and etc. Now, Mr. Tate does not want to return to the school because he feels that the atmosphere has been poisoned by the events. According to the Ministry of Education Policy Program Memorandum number 128, all students, parents, and teachers and other school staff had the right to be safe and feel safe in their school community. The Ontario Teachers Federation is responsible for advancing the interest of the teachers, securing the best possible working conditions, and promoting ongoing education for teachers in Ontario. Now, this reminds us that as members of this profession, teachers are always on duty. They're role models and they're expected to be professionals 24/7. We must be at all times very careful and cognizant of what we post on social media because it could be used against us. Finally, I also feel that the principal should hold professional development for the staff members so that they are able to create a positive school environment that opposes discrimination based on the perceptions, myth, and stereotyping. The school setting, in my opinion, is an ideal place for young people to learn about diversity and to be exposed to differences between themselves and their peers. A positive learning and teaching environment is essential if students are to succeed in school. All members of the school community must demonstrate respect, fairness, and kindness in their interaction and build a healthy relationship that is free from discrimination and harassment. Thank you.